MC squared.
Okay, let's talk about how to find the slope of 2 points. Now, if you had a table of points, vertical, horizontal, it is basically the same method. To find the slope of 2 points, we're going to use the slope formula. And if you recall, the slope formula is m, which is the variable for slope. By the way, nobody knows why that's an m and not an s. I looked it up because it bothers me. Yeah, nobody knows why they use an m to represent slope. Somebody a long time ago just came by and just decided, hey, let's call it m. Maybe they'll get confused or something. I was really thinking this is some kind of Greek letter in Greek. Maybe that's how you, nope, that's not it either. Nobody knows. Either way, the slope formula is as follows, okay? y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, okay? So here we have 2 points. And all we're saying is that the difference between the y over the x from one point to the next is how we can find the slope. That's all we're doing. All right, let's look at this ordered pair. What is this in the ordered pair? X, yes? And this is y. And this is x and y. Fine. So let's just call this our first point, and let's call this our second point. Okay? So this is our first point, then it's x1, y1. And this is our second point, then it's x2, y2. All right, now, great. So we're going to use this formula to find the slope of these 2 points. I would get into the habit of starting off by writing your fraction sign and the subtraction signs in the middle, because that is part of the formula. Okay, when you have negatives involved, it gets a little bit more confusing. Make sure you remember that this formula includes the subtraction signs. So we're going to subtract y2 minus y1, so 3 minus 4. And then x2 minus x1, so 7 minus 2. Okay, and now we subtract. 3 minus 4 is negative 1. 7 minus 2 is 5. So our slope is negative 1/5. There you go. Slope from 2 points. Again, using the slope formula. If it's from a table or ordered pair, it's the same idea. We're using the slope formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, let's look at another one that has some negative signs in it, so that you get used to using the formula the way it's intended to be used with the subtraction sign. Okay, so from the beginning, my suggestion again is to make sure that you go ahead and write the fraction sign and include those subtraction signs since they are part of the formula. Okay, now again, if this is our first point, this is the x, this is the y, right? And if this is our first point, then we'll just say this is x1, y1. If this is our second point, then we say x2, y2. And here we go, y2 minus y1, negative 6 minus 8. And then we have x2 minus x1, which is 4 minus negative 2. Okay, and now we're going to subtract. Now, when we subtract integers, just as a reminder, we like to change this into addition so that it's a little bit easier for us to put together. All right, so instead of minus 8 here, I'm just going to 1, 2. So now it's negative 6 plus a negative 8, which is a negative 14. And then we have 4 minus a negative 2, again, changing it into addition, 1, 2. So it's 4 plus 2, which is 6. Now make sure you reduce or simplify your fraction here. So my slope is negative, half of 14 is 7, half of 6 is 3. My slope is negative 7 over 3. There you go. All right. And this is brought to you by, if you didn't already know, Mr. Squared. Peace. Cut, homie. Cut. We're done. Next one. Let's go into parallel lines. Let's go.
Slow, 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 man. Slow, 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 man. Slow, 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 man.